Welcome to the closing ceremony Public Policy for Future Workshop and Training, year 2020, today, December 7, 2020. This closing ceremony will be followed by the signing Memorandum of Understanding Human Resource Development between Jakarta Capital City Government and University of Maryland, which aims to improve capabilities of Jakarta Capital City Government civil servant and non-civil servant in a public policy that in line with the concept of resilient city and city industry 4.0. Also, in this ceremony, we would like to say congratulations for Mr. Anies Rashid Baswedan, PhD, to be elected as Vice Chair of C40 Steering Committee together with Governor of Tokyo. Congratulations for Mr. Anies Rashid Baswedan. And then, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, to proceed this ceremony, we kindly invite Dr. Maria Ciptia, Head of Human Resource Development Board, Jakarta Province, to deliver the report. Please welcome Dr. Maria Ciptia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
May peace and prosperity be upon us all. Your Excellency, the Acting Secretary of Jakarta Capital City Government, Your Excellency, Dean of the University of Maryland School of Public Policy, Professor Robert C. Ors, Your Excellency, Associate Dean William Powers, the respect our colleagues in University of Maryland, Head Cooperation Facilitation Center, Ministry Home Affairs, Director Laws and Social Culture Treaties, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Director America Region, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the keynote speakers and other speakers, the official of Jakarta Capital City Government, the mentors, the workshop and training participants, ladies and gentlemen. All gratitude to God Almighty that today we were gathered for closing ceremony of workshop and training public policy for the future years 2020. Collaboration between the Human Resource Development Board of the Jakarta Capital City Government, the University of Maryland, the Regional Cooperation Bureau of the Jakarta Capital City Government, and the Governor's Delivery Unit. Your Excellency, Acting Secretary of Jakarta Capital City Government, allow me to make the brief report on the result of the workshop and training that lasts 18 days based on the evaluation and observation during the event. A. Learning process. Overall, the workshop and training from 10 November to 3 December 2020 has been going well with a total of 167 participants consisting of 119 administrators and supervisory officials with the Provincial Government of Jakarta, 42 officials and staff of Jakarta regionally owned enterprises, 6 academic officials from ministry and institutions, including those from the Human Resource and Development Agency of Ministry of Human Affairs of the Jakarta of Indonesia, and also from the general public. From all the sessions that have been complete, in general, the participants have understood the importance of commitment and implementation of public policy related to leadership fundamentals and strategic planning, the resilient city in 21st century and modern infrastructure for sustainable city. This is reflected in the completion of 20 group presentation in which the executive summary has also been submitted to the University of Maryland for a feedback. Those 20 groups divided into 3 group topics as follows. 1, 6 group of leadership. 2, 7 group of resilient city, and 3, 7 group of infrastructure. B, administration the event. I feel very proud and happy to see the participants who until the end of this workshop and training were still showing high enthusiasm and discipline in following the learning process. Furthermore, based on the result of the following aspects, assessment and evaluation by considering the systematic substance, clarity of ideas, and how interesting and innovative the presentation presented. And the clarity of presentation, the result of 9 best from each group topics were obtained as follows. Best 3 from group of leadership are first group of leadership 4 with mentor Mr. R.U.D. Pradityo, and the title Institutional Collaboration in Urban Transport for the Greater Jakarta Area, the establishment of the Greater Jakarta Transportation Authority and Transit Holding Company. Second, group of leadership 1 with mentor Mr. Eko Haryadi and the title Jakarta Provincial Government Strategy to Form Jakarta Creative Disability Center, GCDC, in empowering persons with disabilities in DKI Jakarta Province. Third, group of leadership 6 with mentor Mr. Ade Chandra and the title Incentive Package Policy for Sustainable Urban Agriculture from Agriculture Program for Communities in Jakarta. Best 3 from group of Resilient City are first, group of Resilient City 3 with mentor Mr. Muhammad Daud and the title Sanitation Handling and Rising Community Awareness in Dense Population Areas, case study of Duri Utara Village. Second, group of Resilient City 5 with mentor Miss Atricia Rashid and the title Spawn City Sustainable Policy for Resilient Water Management in Jakarta. Third, group of Resilient City 1 with mentor Mr. Paslur Rahman Hassan and the title Intensification of Flood Control to Realize Sustainable City Resilience. Best 3 from group of infrastructure are first, group of infrastructure 3 with mentor Mr. Hanif Ari and the title Pedaling Further Smart Bike Toward a Resilient 21st Century Jakarta. Jakarta Smart City with Smart Bike Transportation. Second, group of infrastructure 4 with mentor Mr. Tato Sudiarto and the title Jakarta Water Resilient 2040. Third, group of infrastructure 1 with mentor Mr. Marco Kusuma Wijaya and the title Provision of Environmentally Friendly Smart Homes for Low-Income Residents. On this occasion, we will invite 3 best groups from each of the group topics to briefly present their result. Thus, the report submitted, I humbly, as Your Excellency Acting Secretary of Jakarta Capital City Government, to deliver speech and to officially close the workshop and training. Thank you. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ibu for the report. Distinguished speaker, ladies and gentlemen, for the next session, we would like to invite Mr. Tato from Governor's Delivery Unit to deliver the message. Time is yours. Bisa foto. Bisa lihat, Mbak. Sebentar. Suara nggak kedengeran.
We cannot hear your voice, Pak Toto.
Still silent, Pak Toto.
I'm sorry, the sound. We cannot hear the sound of Mr. Toto.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me in Jakarta?
Good morning, Mr. Toto. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry for the technical glitch. Okay, I jumped into this the rundown because I need to deliver important message, especially for our colleagues from Maryland. I saw here Dean Orr and Professor Tom Kennedy, Professor Tom Hilde. I regretfully inform you that the governor cannot attend this closing ceremony. He has been preparing the speech, however, so it will be delivered by Mrs. Sri Haryati, the acting Secretary of the Jakarta City Government. In this moment, I'd like to inform you that the governor cannot attend this event, although he was looking forward to attending the closing ceremony, because at the same time, at this hour, it must undergo treatment and check-up for the COVID-19. For your information, that the governor has been diagnosed positive COVID-19 in December 1st. And then that's the reason why we postponed the December 3rd closing ceremony to today, December 8th. But still, we cannot have his presence here, and it is unfortunate. But luckily, we already have, and the governor already prepared the speech, and it will be delivered by Mrs. Sri Haryati, the acting secretary of the Jakarta City Government. In this occasion, I'd like to deliver also the condition of the governor. The governor is in good shape. It's in recovery, and the critical moment, the critical situation already passed, but he needs further treatment for better and faster recovery. So in this occasion also, I'd like to deliver the governor's appreciation for our colleagues from the University of Maryland for the collaboration. And he said that this is not the first, hopefully, and the last, but also it will be sustainable until at least 5 years period. So that's all from me. And to the 167 participants, I'm delighted to see your works here and your activities in the workshop. I'm very happy and proud that all of you at least gain something, gain knowledge and competence from the workshop. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Toto. We wish all the best for Mr. Anies Rashid Baswedan Trisman Health. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next session will be signing ceremony between Jakarta Capital City Government and University of Maryland, signed by Governor of DKI Jakarta and Dean University of Maryland School of Public Policy, Professor Robert Orr. And we would like to give an information. Due to the condition of Governor of DKI Jakarta, this Memorandum of Understanding already signed before by Governor of DKI Jakarta. If you don't mind to show the document of Memorandum of Understanding to participants of virtual ceremony. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sri Haryati and Professor Robert Orr. And then, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now continuing our event to the next session, that is to hear remarks by Dean University of Maryland School of Public Policy. To Honorable Professor Robert Orr, time is yours.
Thank you so much. Good morning and good evening in our time. It's wonderful to be able to join you. This event not only marks the signing of an important memorandum of understanding between the Jakarta Capital City Government and the University of Maryland, it also marks a closing ceremony for our first workshop. Governor Martin O'Malley of Maryland and I were pleased to join you all as you launched on this endeavor last month. I know you have done much since that time and have heard from our faculty and experts who interacted with you how engaged and engaging you all were in the sessions they had with you. I also heard that the Indonesian mentors who led the 20 different workshop groups were terrific. So thank you to our mentors as well. Many people on the Jakarta side were involved in organizing the workshop. I can't thank them all enough, but I do want to acknowledge two very important people. First, Pak Totok, Senior Advisor to Governor Baswedan. Pak Totok has a great team working with him, and he has demonstrated strong leadership throughout this whole process. As a good leader, he has taken the many changes forced by the pandemic in stride and always helped to come up with workable solutions. Pak Totok, I know you are a graduate of Boston University, but I want to make you an honorary Maryland Terrapin as well. Thank you. Second, Ibu Suharti, the Deputy Governor of Jakarta. Even with her many responsibilities, Ibu Suharti has found the time to work with us on various aspects of the Jakarta UMD partnership and on the workshop planning. I do hope that Governor Baswedan recovers expeditiously and fully from the virus. It is a testament to his leadership that his team has been able to keep everything going in his absence. We wish him the very best. I am sure that he can be proud and is proud of the work that all of you have done. We look forward to all we will do with you in the future. Never has forward planning and preparation been so crucial as it is now in the midst of the health and economic crisis we are living. This partnership between Jakarta and Maryland has proven its worth through this stage of the crisis, and I think it will be crucial for moving us all beyond the crisis and meeting our citizens' needs. We look forward to creating solutions alongside you. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you to all for a wonderful collaboration. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much for Professor Robert Orr. And distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next session will be the address by the Governor of Jakarta Province, followed by declaring statement to officially close the ceremony, which will be represented by Honorable Acting Secretary of Jakarta Province. Mrs. Sri Haryati, time is yours.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I am Sri Haryati, Acting Secretary of Jakarta Capital City Government, and kindly to inform you that Governor of Jakarta, Mr. Anies Baswedan, expressed his regret to Dean Orr and College of the University of Maryland for his absence of this occasion due to his current health condition, as Mr. Toto mentioned before. Please accept Governor's deep regret. Furthermore, please accept Governor's deep regret. Furthermore, let me to deliver Governor remarks for the signing MOU and closing the training program of public policy. Honorable Dean of the University of Maryland School of Public Policy, Professor Robert C. Orr, respected Professor Tom Kennedy, University of Maryland, College of University of Maryland, Mr. Aishiro Prabowo, Aisha Washington, Associate Dean William Powers, and Prof. Tom Hiller. Official from the Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, official within Jakarta Capital City Government, Jakarta City Council, mentors and participants of the training program, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let us to express sincere gratitude for our good health at the first occasion. Today, the signing Memorandum of Understanding on Human Resources Development between Jakarta Capital City Government and University of Maryland, and organizing of the webinar for workshop and public policy training program for civil servant and non-civil servant, which starting from November 10 until the December 3rd, 2020, have been successfully accomplished and in accordance with our goals and expectations. This cooperation between the Jakarta Capital City Government, Human Resources Development Board, and the University of Maryland School of Public Policy provides great opportunities and new networks in increasing the competence inside of Jakarta City Government, civil servant, and non-civil servant in the public policy and urban development with a concept of resilient city and city industry 4.0 as the crucial part of effort in achieving the sustainable development goals. It is my great honor and high appreciation for having the presence of Her Excellency Senior Vice President and Provost and Ranking Governor O'Malley and Dean Orr at the signing ceremony of Memorandum of Understanding on Human Resource Development between Jakarta Capital City Government and the University of Maryland, and closing of the workshop and training program on public policy. I believe the two parties can optimize and focus on exchange of knowledge in the form of workshop, seminar, short courses, and other relevant program for 5 years in period. Senior Vice President Ranking, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The collaboration between the Jakarta Capital City Government and the University of Maryland has been implemented through the workshop on training on public policy for the future from November 10 until December 3rd, 2020. And On behalf of Jakarta Capital City Government, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the University of Maryland in formulating the workshop and training program aligning with the commitment and implementation of cooperation in the field of human resources, human development, especially for the topics of leadership, fundamental, and strategic planning. The resilient city in 21st century and modern infrastructure for sustainable city. In this occasion, I would like to thank all the participants of the training program who have eagerly completed their task properly. We will look at each presentation of the working group as clearly revealed the process of public policy making is our further main concern. Such proposal will be further discussed, deepened, and explored for the possibilities of implementation by apparatus of the Jakarta Capital City Government in collaboration and cooperation in terms of exchange of knowledge with any parties or universities in the advanced country. Distinguished participants, I need to say that the advancement of a city cannot develop alone without good collaboration and cooperation with either academic, practitioners, and other stakeholders. The readiness of the capable human resources as the additional support for the collaboration and cooperation. Therefore, intensive development of competence for both science and skill must commit to adapt with the current situation and need assessment. The workshop and training program hopefully will be useful to improve capability and skill in the basic of leadership and strategic planning, managing the resilience of the city in the 21st century and managing modern infrastructure for a sustainable city. In a conclusion, I would like to take this opportunity by saying Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, the workshop and the training public policy for the future years 2020 officially closed. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
And
wabarakatuh.
let me to say something. This is additional statement for me. I would like to appreciate our colleagues from the University of Maryland for sharing their knowledge, and I already get the benefit from this workshop. Because my staff now keep mentioning about global warming, and then climate crisis and another global issue. And this is very important for Jakarta. I hope this collaboration will sustainable and we can improve Jakarta to be a city of collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sri Haryati. All the best for cooperation between Jakarta City Government and University of Maryland. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, heading to the next agenda is presentation from 3 best group from workshop and training. Each presentation group will be given in 3 minutes. We would like to invite Mr. Hanif Ari, representing Group 1, to start the presentation. Please welcome.
I think Ibu Mbak Elis, as the leader of the group from Infrastructure 3, will do the presentation. Thank you.
Oh, so I'm sorry. What name is it?
Elis, Mbak Elis Ujian Tuti.
Oh, Miss Alice. Okay. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, the MCs, and the Honorable Ibu Haryati, Ibu Maria, Pak Toto, the Honorable Dean, and a lecturer from University of Maryland, our mentors, Bapak and Ibu. Wishing all of you are always happy and healthy. Allow me, my name is Alice. I'm from Infrastructure 3, and I will represent my team to share you about the public policy for the future project that we develop. We call it Kayuh Lebih Jauh, Sepeda Pintar, Smart City with Smart Bike Transportation. And then this is the reason why we choose sepeda or bicycle as a transportation and infrastructure. There is 6 elements that we analyze, we discuss further. It's about the theoretical base of resilient city and modern city, that infrastructure cannot be separate with the energy, the land use, the economic growth, and etc. So also we are connecting with what happened in pandemic during COVID-19, that the uses of bike is increasing in some city and country. That also becoming the factor that we continue to develop bike transportation. And then the vision growth with consensus of Jakarta Ramah Bersepeda, that we already have designed until 2030 that 500 kilometers will be used by bike lane, including the pedestrian that will also support the bicycle transportation. What happened right now? That's the question. Is it happening for the pandemic and for future sustainability of Jakarta itself, including how's the existing regulation and policy that we have right now? Is it already adapted what we happen right now, and including how we can be also answering the stress from the pandemic itself, how we can adapt that all the issue and the challenges becoming one concept of development program that could be also in line with grand design of 2030 bike lane in Jakarta. We also doing some literacy study. We also seeing the best practice from the other country like Japan, China. We also seen from Manchester and Bogota, including we finally have a discussion with the team. So we come up with the smart bike transportation. If you see in the screens, smart will be stand for sepeda, modern, aktif, ramah, dan terintegrasi. Sepeda meaning bicycle, Bapak Ibu. So this is how we can collaborate the co-creator and also the mitra, the partnership, how to set the regulation that sepeda will be a best transportation for urban people. And then how the sepeda will be a modern transportation. Sepeda is not only for a hobby, we can develop more to be a transportation that connect all the mass transportation, becoming tools for communication, becoming tourism program, and then sport, and also support the economic itself. Active meanings is sepeda could be more developed to be a future transportation that also becoming a sustainability transport support that the goals is also to be in sustainability resilient Jakarta. Ramah meaning user-friendly, eco-friendly, and health-friendly, of course. Terintegrasi meaning integrated. We are supporting the current mass transportation system with innovation development by smart apps. Hopefully, all the system could be best insightful that could be used by Jakarta transportation system, that bike is not only hobby. We can do much more better to support the 2030 development of Jakarta Ramah Sepeda, and we believe with that the investor will see Jakarta differently. People will see Jakarta is better. That's all from us. Thank you. Smart bike transportation for the future of Jakarta resilient city.
Thank you very much, Ms. Alice. And then we would like to invite group of leadership 4 from Mentor Raden Yudi Pradityo. Time is yours.
Please to Bapak Aditya Nugroho to present. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the Professor from the University of Maryland. We are so grateful here to be chosen as one of the selected group to present our policy brief in this graduation day. Please allow me to lead the discussion for the next 3 minutes. We would like to discuss for institutional collaboration in urban transport for the Greater Jakarta area. Myself, Aditya Nugroho from Transportasi Jakarta with Pak Mentor Yudi Prasetyo. As we know that Jakarta currently is facing congestions, very congested pre-pandemic, and Bappenas estimated that the economic loss caused by traffic jams in Jabodetabek reached 100 trillions. And then from BPS, it's anticipated that Jakarta will experience the tremendous population growth by year 2030. And definitely this increase will be accompanied by an increase in housing, employment, more vehicles on our roadways, and greater demands on public transit and our infrastructure in general. To accommodate this growth, the government has issued a regulation through Presidential Regulation number 55, year 2018, concerning the Master Plan for Transportation of the Greater Jakarta, or we call as RITJ, 2018 to 2019, focusing on moving vehicles to moving people, and to increase the share of public transportation use to 60%. And why we need to address the collaboration institutions, because currently the situations in Jabodetabek, in 2018, the use of public transportation use only reached 32%, and the public transportation only covered 67% of roads in Greater Jakarta. And then the recent transportation policies like TOD, BRT, MRT, LRT, and TDM, it could be a breakthrough to solve the problems and achieving RITJ's KPI. However, coordination of several governmental agencies and transit operators are prerequisites for these policies. And where are we heading now? Definitely, Jabodetabek Transportation Authorities should be considered as integrated, compact region rather than being managed and fragmented by the various local government. However, although there is already Jabodetabek Transportation Management Body, or BBTJ, the body still lacks the authority to deal with different interests among the local governments. And where do we want to be? We would like to achieve the institutional collaborations to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of transportation and operation management, developing Jabodetabek as livable city, effective and efficient transportation network, and improve the management system supported by the sustainable business model. And what can we do? To step forward, what our proposal is to strengthen and empower BBTJ to become BOTJ, or Badan Otoritas Transportasi Jabodetabek, and to establish Jabodetabek Transit Holding Company. The head of BOTJ will be responsible to presidents at the same level as the ministry. The main structures will be focused on planning, implementation, and monitoring and evaluation process. And PT Transportasi Jakarta could be scaled up to extend its operation as BRT agency or transit holding company to Bodetabek areas. And how do we get there? We outline the key steps on the 4 phases. Phase 1, 2021 to 2022, the stakeholders meeting. It's necessary to initiate a stakeholders meeting or committee or council meeting for Jabodetabek transportations to equalize the perceptions. This can be led by the governor of DKI Jakarta, and also the initial study on collaboration and partnership, the initial draft and proposal prepared for BOTG. In phase 2, 2022 to 2024, framework preparations, the BOTG organization structure and holding company, and then we start to reposition of related official duties and functions such as Dishub and Dinas Pekerjaan Umum. From 2024 to 2029 is the implementation of BTJ and Transit Holding Company, monitoring and evaluation of the RITJ KPI. 2029 onward, hopefully we will have a Jabodetabek Forecasting Center, whereas all the policy or the study, all the transport modeling, etc. will be done there. And in conclusions, we hope that with the strengthening the future BPTJ to become Badan Otoritas Transportasi Jabodetabek or Jabodetabek Transportation Authority, will be equalize the perspective between different parties and synchronize the target in order to make collective target in line with agreed RITJ's KPI. And then the scaling up PT Transportasi Jakarta will be a vital factor to expedite and improve public bus services across the Jabodetabek region, and thus solve the cross-border issues and conflicts, allowing it to expand its business across Jabodetabek region without political constraints. Allow me for the closing remarks to say the role-playing games can create conditions for real-world cooperations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya, for the presentation. And then for the last, we would like to invite Group of Resilient City 3 with the mentor Muhammad Daud. Time is yours.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite Pa Edi as the coordinator of the group to deliver the presentation.
Thank you for the time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, all of our friends from Maryland School of Public Policy, and also good morning for all participants of this workshop and training. We are from group of Resilient City 3 want to present the executive summary of our study about the overcoming sanitation issue and improving people awareness in densely populated area. A case study in sub-district Duri Utara. Why we choose this study? Because we want a study that gives benefit for society, easy to make and easy to replicate, and need collaboration from all stakeholders. This is our team member. Our mentor is Mr. Muhammad Daud. I am AD from PT Pembangunan Jaya Ancol. Pak Denny dari Kelurahan Jatipulo, Ibu Marlina dari Biro Perekonomian, Pak Rahmat dari Dinas Lingkungan Hidup, Pak Setio dari Sekretariat DPRD, Pak Yuwana dari BPB UMD, dan Pak Asep dari PPPI. The background of our study from urbanization perspective, there are 445 slum helmets in Jakarta due to 55% of total population living in urban area. From environment perspective, approximately 90% of groundwater has been contaminated and 40% of population in Jakarta depend on groundwater. From space perspective, limited space and inadequate sanitation access due to the densely populated areas has put 27 sub-districts at sanitation risk. And also from the waste perspective, population index in sub-district Duri Utara is 7.64 or moderate populate categories. And the last, from the awareness perspective, the program of healthy and hygiene life has not been successfully implemented. There were at least 683 recorded cases of the diarrhea in 2019 and keep rising from 2017. And what is the fact? Based on the field observation, it was found that most of the houses have no bathroom and septic tank due to the limited space. And many houses get rid of their domestic waste directly to the river using the drainage system. From the table, we can see that in some zone, there are more than 30% the people don't have a sewage processing plant, so the sewage go direct to the public drainage. The target is to help society to have a healthy life by sanitation that easy to applicable, easy to make, and especially compact, to rise people independency on movement and awareness with the zero reliance on the local government, and to decrease level of water pollution with the best water waste management. The stakeholder in this project, there are six stakeholders. The first one is Public Health Center, and then STBM official as a part of a society who care about a better sanitation, and also the society and the multi-sector, especially the non-government organization, from the business, and also from the city official. Stakeholder collaboration in this program, there are 4 elements from the, as a Latin, there are Public Health Center District Tambora, and etc. And from the, as a promoter, we have a head of District Tambora and sub-district Duri Utara, and also the Deputy of Governor for Environment and Urban Planning, and the City Secretary of West Jakarta, and sub-district official. And for, as a dependent, we have a like a public figure, youth and family welfare organization, and permanent resident. And for apathetic, they are non-permanent residents. The milestone of these projects we divide into 3 terms. The short-term goal is the number of diarrhea case will decrease to 30 until 40%, and also they replicate to the neighbor sub-district in 1 district in 9 months. For the medium-term goals, we hope we can replicate to neighbor district in one city, and also healthy city in for 2 until 3 years later. And for the long-term goal, we hope we can replicate to neighbor city in one province, and also get the Jakarta Tangguh sanitation in the next maybe 5 until 10 years later. And for the conclusion of this public policy study, as a cylinder tank innovation can be used as the solution to solve sanitation problem in densely populated area. The sanitation program is highly expected to increase people awareness in the program of healthy and hygiene life and decrease the number of diarrhea case. And suggestion cylinder tank is less costly, easily applicable and replicable according to the conditions of the house or another sub-district area, so that it is advisable to be replicated in the other areas. And this is the last our presentation, and we would like to quote the statement from our governor. We would like to work together with the people of Jakarta, collaborate with the people of Jakarta as a planner and a door in the development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eddie, for the presentation. And distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next session will be presentation review by Mr. Yuri from Senior Trainers of Human Resource Development Board, Jakarta Province. Mr. Yuri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for your attention. Please let me introduce myself. My name is Yuri from the Jakarta Public Policy Center. Overall, I will just review all the process for training and workshop. And based on my evaluation, that all the processes work very well, and all participants work very hard, and this is I think it's very surprised me that first of all I think that the interest of the participant is not as I imagined first, but in the reality the training is work very well, and all participants, and thanks for all mentors that work also very well, and then if the result is as we know right now. I will inform all of you that 167 participants is divided into 3 groups, and group first is infrastructure and resilient city, group 2, and group 3 is resilient city, and the 3 leadership. And from of the 3 group, we already evaluate, and actually all the participants, I can say all the participants work very well, and the result is very best. But I choose the best of the best. Yeah, it means that all the best from the committee try to select from the 167 participants. I will present all 3 participants that probably I can say the best of the best. It doesn't mean that all 164 it works not very well, but they are also do very well, and the result is very best. But I will present the 3 of 167. I will present the first. The name is Sri Ajeng Putri from Infrastructure 3, and she's from the Transportation Agency. Please, the name Sri Ajeng Putri. This is the best of the best. The second of the best is Mr. Aditya Nugroho. This is from the regional own enterprise. This is actually from Leadership 4. And the number 3 of the best is Edi Prasetyo. This is from Pembangunan Jaya Ancol. Is also the regional owned enterprise. I think 3 of 167, the best of the best. I would congratulation for them, and hopefully we can work in the future in much more better. And the last, I would like to say that thanks for Prof. Tom and all the college from University of Maryland that already a lot of give us contribution, real contribution. Then in order the process work very well. I say thanks for all, and I back to MC.
Very much, Mr. Yuri. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Professor Tom Held to give a special message for all participants in this virtual event. Honorable Professor Tom Held, time is yours.
Thank you all, and thank you for that summary, Pak Yuri. It was great to hear, and congratulations to Putri, Aditya Nugroho, and Edi Prasetyo. I hope you all receive a very large trophy and that you can put in your living room. I was very impressed from the outset at the beginning of the workshop during the keynote sessions. I did not witness the rest of the workshop, but during the keynote sessions, at least, I was very impressed with how excellent the questions were to our keynote presenters. And I think they were also a little surprised and very impressed. And I know I was talking a little later with Professor Niemeyer, who is one of our distinguished professors at the University of Maryland, as you know. And she was very excited about the discussion she had with all of you and with the mentors. So I want you to know that the keynote speakers very much enjoyed the time that they spent with you, and were very impressed with the discussions that we had during the first week of the workshop. I've looked through briefly also the executive summaries, and they across the board look excellent. I'll look at them more closely over the next couple of days. So I wish to congratulate all of you on a job well done. Very good teamwork. It's clear from the outcomes from these executive summaries. And so I wish you all congratulations on the completion of a very fine workshop. And in addition to that, I look forward to communicating with you in the future. And to continuing to work with the great city of Jakarta, which I've spent a lot of time in. It's a wonderful city. It's a very big city, and with many issues to address, which you are doing quite well. And so we look forward very much to working with you to develop strong public policy approaches to managing and reinvigorating the city, and to the technical aspects, and to the training and all the other things we are planning for the future. I wish you all health and well-being. I also wish you to convey my best wishes to Pak Anies Baswedan. We hope he recovers very quickly, and we look forward to seeing him again. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, Professor Tom Held. We're also looking forward for the next agenda, and we also wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And then we come to the last session, which is handover certified by virtual from Human Resource Development Board Jakarta Province to 3 representatives of participants. Please. Kita dijabarkan disebutkan nama untuk muncul. Okay, I would like to rewind again. Will be the last session, which is handover certified by virtual from Human Resource Development Board Jakarta Province to 3 representatives of participants. Please. Sri Ajeng Putri. Aditya Nugroho. And then the last, Edi Prastio. Congratulations. And for the last session, I would like all the participants in here to turn on the camera because we would like to photo together. Okay, the photo session will begin in 3 seconds. I will count. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of the ceremony. As the MC for today, I would like to say thank you very much for the attention and have a good day for all of us. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.